You're listening to WNJC 1360 AM in Washington Township, New Jersey. Also on the web, WNJC1360.com, a Forsyth Broadcasting Company. Up next is The Mystic.
It's that time once again, boys and girls. Tuesday night, 10 p.m., the Mystic Hour has finally arrived. Hello out there in radio and internet land. It is I, the Mystic, coming to you live once again from WNJC, 1360 AM, Washington Township, Philadelphia. The fastest growing station in the Delaware Valley. This is it. Okay, folks, I want to announce that we are filming and recording here at the beautiful Mystics Realm Production Studio in Westville, New Jersey, and that's soon to be changing. We're going to be moving into Belmar here very, very shortly, and looking very, very forward to that. Okay, so got a lot to talk about, a lot to do. We've already got callers on hold. Please be patient, my brothers and sisters. Let me get a couple things out real quick. First off, I want to thank everybody that came out to Dempster's last week. We had a great time. As always, got some St. Patty's Day Guinness stuff, and it was just a great time. DJ Paul was out there. And all of you that haven't come out yet for your free psychic reading on Thursday nights at Dempster's, I highly recommend you do so. It's a great time had by all, and I'm out there every Thursday from 7 to 10 giving absolutely free psychic advice, just as I do here tonight. So if you get a chance, come on out, get something off the menu, and of course you get a free psychic reading with me, and stick around for some of the music from DJ Paul. He's a great guy. Okay, so again, that's Dempster's in Mount Holly, New Jersey, right off of Route 38, so come on out. Okay, also I want to say hello to all of my people at Skirmish.com. We are planning an event, which is going to be the first weekend of June. Folks, this is going to be a game called Airsoft Assault. Those of you that have kids with airsoft guns, by all means, check them out, and they can get info at Skirmish.com. And you can just call them also at 1-800-SKIRMISH. It's going to be $89 for the entire weekend, and it's just going to be a full-blown military campaign with airsoft guns. So it should be a lot of fun. So come on out, bring your friends, bring your coworkers, teammates, squad members, I don't know. Whatever. Come on out, it'll be fun. Also, last but not least, I want to mention, a lot of people have been writing me emails. I don't know why I've been getting a lot of this lately, but a lot of people have been writing me with a specific question, and it's just simply enough, what's the best way to achieve their personal destiny, which is something that we talk about all the time. And I'll tell you, for whatever reason, over the past 3 weeks, I've received a lot of email asking this question. So we're going to be answering that at the end of this hour, and it should be a lot of fun. So stick around, okay? Also, I'd like to just say hello to all of you in general, and thank you for tuning me into your homes and businesses this evening. This is the Mystic Hour, Tri-State Area, and the world's free call-in live psychic talk show. I am your host, the Mystic, professional psychic for 15 years, here to assist you in matters of love, life, health, success, and, of course, destiny. So let me give you these call numbers. You can give us a call at 856-227-1360 and 856-27077. Give us a call and get a free psychic reading with me, folks. Caller, you are live. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Your name? Hello?
It's Trucker Ted.
Hey, it's Ted. I was wondering what that noise was. It sounded more like a pipe organ from over here, but Of course, that would be the horn in your truck. Ted, it is great to hear from you, my brother. And where are you calling from this evening?
I'm on my way up to Lake Ontario.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic, lovely area, too. So, aside from the careful driving, how can I help you this evening, my brother?
Well, as you know, I've been in the middle of setting up my business and everything.
Yeah.
As far as my potential customers, I have about 49 of them. I was wondering if you could see how many of them are actually going to buy my service.
Well, Ted, here's what I'm seeing with that. Stand by, okay?
Sure.
And we will tell you exactly what we shall see with this. Okay, what I'm seeing here is, wow, you know, you have a huge number of people that are willing to go on board with you on this. However, what I'm seeing here, too, it seems like there's really only 5, 6 that I see here that are actually solid. So, you know, I think you should take those and run with it and show them all how to do it and how to make that money, and I think the rest of them will jump on board probably at that time. But right now, I don't see, you know, I see 50 potentials, but I only see like 5 or 6 concrete. Is that right?
Well, yes and no. I mean, some of them seem more interested than others.
That's what I mean, but there's, again, I see about a half a dozen that I think will, you know, go to the grave with this with you. But I don't see any more than that. I think the rest of them are all waiting to see what happens next. So that's why I say I think you should take those few and run with the program and show them. And I think they'd be more on board with you then. I do.
Well, as far as what I'm going to use for once I start actually converting it into a trucking company, I mean, I know who those 7 customers are. I don't know if that's who you're referring to or not. But, I mean, get the thing started off with, it's kind of a little different. It's kind of like an advertising agency.
I understand. And you know, I understand where you're coming from. But, again, just like everything else, you know, like some of the biggest advertising agencies in the world, you know, they don't handle hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. They handle 1. They handle 2. But they handle 1 or 2 really big ones. You understand? You know,
so what do you think I should do? Should I, like, change my rate before I send it out there to them, or?
I don't really sense you'd have to do that. I don't.
Because, I mean, I don't want to cut myself short either, you know?
Well, I think you may have to, Ted. You know, and this is something that a lot of business owners will also tell you, too. You know, you usually go into a little bit of debt the first year in any business. But that's just something that happens. But, you know, if you know what you're doing, and I actually sense that you do, you know, I think that'll be made up rather quickly.
Right.
You know, it's just a matter of that for you. And, you know, right now, like I said, you've already got, you know, a good half dozen people that could really pull something off for you. Right. So you might as well take advantage of that.
Well, I mean, I was hoping for all 50 of them, but I mean, in order for me to actually make it get off the ground, I need a minimum of 7. But I was hoping for like 20 or 21.
You need to stick with your small number first. See how it goes. This way also, at the same time, while you're starting off small, you'll be able to get some of the, you know, bugs out of your system. You know what I mean? And, so that as you grow larger, it almost runs itself at that point. You don't have to keep tweaking it, adjusting it, you know, so that it works. You know what I mean? It'll be a well-oiled, fine-tuned machine. It works. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's just been taking so long so far. I mean, yeah, I'm trying to make it so it can work for everybody, you know what I mean?
I understand that, but it won't. You have to start small, Ted. Trust me on this, brother. Take the 6 that I see here, the 7, if you say it's 7, I see 6. But, you know, take those and run with it because it's a small number and it will help you. I mean, I know it sounds a little common sense, but you know, this is what I see for you, brother, and I think it will work for you. And you'll be able to tweak all the bugs out of your system so that it works smoother for you, and then you'll be able to really run with it the way you want it to, and that's really what it's all about, okay? You understand that? Trust me on this, Ted. I know what I see here.
Do you think I should still send it out to all of them?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Sure. Because if a couple of them, a couple more jump on board now, well, then great. But, you know, let's just get this show on the road first.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't wait any longer. You know, you're turning a ripe old age of what? 25, 26?
Uh-huh.
So, you know, but that's what I see with you there, Ted. And I'll tell you, you know, as somebody, you know, that's 25 years old, that's, you know, I mean, you're jumping headlong into this business, into the trucking industry, and that's something that, you know, not a lot of people your age can say. But, you know, you're working towards the head of your own company, which is a whole different ball game entirely, brother.
Well, I already am the president of the company. It's just, you know, we haven't got the ball rolling off yet, you know what I mean?
I completely understand that. You know,
I mean, there's really not a lot of guys my age or the 25 that consider the president of their own company.
Very true. And as I recall, I actually helped you get that.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, you know, this is what I'm talking about, though. But, you know, trust me on this, brother. You know, start small and work that smallness and get all the bugs tweaked out. Meanwhile, people start at least breaking even, you know, if not making money, until the next thing you know, people are saying, I want in on this too. And that's how it's going to work. But you got to stick with it, bro. But it will work. I'm telling you, you're not barking up a bad tree here.
Oh, no, I know that. I mean, because as far as what I'm doing, I mean, there's people that have done similar things to what I'm doing, but they haven't actually done it the way that I'm doing it.
Well, that's what progress is all about. You know, that's what made Ford say, hey, I want to, you know, make the car go, you know, without the horse.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's different thinkers like that improve the system, that make it better, you know. Sometimes we make it worse, but not always. But, you know, in this situation, I think you're doing a great thing for yourself here, and I think you're really on a super, super path to securing your future. And I really do, and, you know, that's awesome. And at the same time, it's a great, you know, trade. You get to see the country, you know, and the whole bit, and, you know, it's what you always wanted to do. And, you know, that's really what it's all about. But we've talked about this before, you know.
Do you actually see me, like how soon do you see it being before I'm actually have my own trucking company, or am I going to end up driving for somebody else before that happens?
No, I don't think that's going to take too long, Ted. Once you get this thing on board, like I said, you'll probably have about a year once you get these 6 guys, you know, locked in and underway. Probably a year from that point.
Okay. I thought that I might end up driving for somebody else before that happened.
That's up to you. You know, again, that's entirely up to you. But I don't think this is going to take long at all. I mean, once you get these 6 people on board, you'll have about a year. So I suggest you start now. You know? I suggest you start now.
Well, I mean, I kept on doing my taxes, too, and all. As a matter of fact, I did that today, and I got quite a bit back, but I'm pretty much going to be dumping all that into my business.
Welcome to America.
Uh-huh. That's where it's all going.
You know, hey, it takes money to make money, and you know, this is the beautiful thing about America is that, you know, we have the opportunity to say, hey, you know, I want to do this, I have an idea, let's make it work. And in a lot of countries, you can't do that. In a lot of countries, they say, well, you're going to be what you're supposed to be, and that's what you're supposed to be, and that's the end of it. You know, don't make us shoot you. So, you know, it's a wild thing. But, yeah, that's what I see for you there, Ted. I think you're going to have a really great year this year, man. But you got to get started now. You do. You got to get started right away, brother. Mm-hmm. Okay? So that's what I see for you, man. Now, again, you know, Ted, I don't know when the next time you're going to be in Jersey is, man. But I got to remind you, you know, you got to come check me out sometime at my new place. It's going to be wonderful.
So you got a new place?
Yep, we're moving to Belmar. The whole Mystics realm is moving to Belmar, so you got to come check us out when you get a chance. I'll still have the same numbers, though, okay?
Oh, all right.
And for those of you out there listening, that number is 856-803-4463, and you can call and get an appointment, and, we'll just ride out and cover everything under the sun. It'll be fun. All right. Well, Ted, that's what I see for you, brother. Hey, I want to thank you so much for calling the show, and, please drive safely out there. The weather's been insane, and I think it's going to be insane for probably a couple thousand more years. But
yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. So drive safely out there, brother, and God bless you and your entire family.
Okay, thank you.
Take care, man. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Okay, folks. Oh, Trump said. Great to hear from him. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take another call, and maybe we'll introduce you to some of our sponsors, or maybe not. I haven't decided. It's my show. I do what I want. Okay. Caller, you are live. Good evening.
Hello?
Hello. Caller, you are live. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am fantastic. Life treats me so good. First off, your name?
Lisa.
Lisa. And where are you calling from?
Barrington.
Ah, lovely.
Right around the corner from Belmar.
Yes, yes. I'll tell you, boy, I'm loving the Belmar journey. It's going to be wonderful. Yeah, can't wait. So, how can I help you?
Well, I always like to start out with the general reading, please.
Okay, you most certainly shall have it. You can just stand by and we shall see what we shall see. Okay, well, first off, this is dealing with your personal position. I always like to start there. And what I'm seeing here is a nervous tension that I'm seeing with you building up. And it seems to be not any one thing in particular right now, but it's almost like a slow building anxiety, like you're getting prepped for a launch pad here. What's up with that? Why am I seeing this so strongly? What are you so focused on here with that?
Well, I'm trying to figure out where to go with what I do for a living. You know me, I'm always focused on my finances and my career.
Sure.
And
But, I mean, is this a new venture that we're talking about? Because, I mean, I really see, like, some anxiety, like almost, well, like I said, like an astronaut would, hopping into the shuttle right now, That's what I see with that. And, I mean, a lot of your energy and focus seems to be on that. So is it just, the cry out to the universe as to what's next, or?
Oh, probably, knowing me, yeah.
Right.
I always have a lot going on, and I'm never quite sure what to focus on.
Yeah, but see, you don't focus on any of it. And honestly, I mean, that's a beautiful thing. And that's something that I've always sensed with you, because, you are so into your own spirit. You understand your own spiritual quest, if you will. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Is that a good word for it?
Yeah.
But you're so involved in just that. You're so involved in just what your instincts are telling you, just what your soul is telling you, just what you're feeling God is telling you. You're so focused on that every other point in your life, including the materialistic and even the career stuff, is moot to you, because the whole thing is focused strictly on the spiritual, which is great, but you gotta bend your rules in order to adapt to what you're being told here.
Okay.
All right. And what I mean by that is I sense that your instincts are telling you to do some other things that either you feel you're not ready to do, or you feel you don't want to do. Like, it's not your nature to do it. And that's crap, because this is how we learn. This is how we become who we are. Okay? And, something that, I want to discuss, at the end of the show is how to achieve destiny. And it's actually a really, really simple answer. So, make sure you stay tuned at the end of the show for that, will you?
Sure.
But, coming back to now, I sense that there are some things that you're being pushed into doing that you don't want to do, that you feel that it's not part of the program. I feel that it is. I feel that it is. And again, a lot of it seems a little more materialistic than you're used to, but I mean, this is your time. Yeah, in order for you to eat, in order for you to get, your bills paid and everything else, and to promote not just yourself, but promote your success.
Okay.
You understand? Because that's a real key issue.
Yes, it is.
Promoting your success.
Yes.
Anybody can put an ad in the paper,
Okay.
but you have to promote your success in order for you to gain more. And that's a really hard thing to do, especially, because you can't do it yourself.
Okay, so that's what I'm fighting?
I'm sorry?
That's what I'm fighting, promoting myself?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. But you have to. It's very difficult, but you have to toot your own horn. You have to promote yourself.
Yeah, that's so against my nature. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
You have to. You have to let everybody know that you're the bomb.
Okay.
You have to.
Okay.
Because if you don't, well, let me just put it in the more positive aspect, because that's what I like to do anyway. If you do this, people will realize that you believe in yourself, and if you believe in yourself, well, then they have a little easier time believing in you too.
Okay. Gotcha.
And that's really what it boils down to here. And, it's a little gauche, no question. It's a little self-centered, it's a little egotistical, it's a little pride issue, whatever you want to call it. But it's got to be done. It's the only way. It's the only way. And you have to do it. But you know what the beautiful aspect of it is this is what God wants you to do in you.
Well, I guess if I have him behind me, then I guess I better get over it, huh?
Well, I mean, look at it this way. Your whole focus is helping people, right?
I guess, yes.
Okay.
I'm so struggling with trying to get away from that. But
I understand that, okay. But you know what? Nowhere does it say God will help those that helps everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere does it say that.
Right.
It says God will help those that help whom?
Themselves.
Bingo.
Okay.
This is something that God wants us all to do. He doesn't want us out there, pushing ourselves on everybody else. He doesn't want us out there pushing, his religion on anyone else, pushing his beliefs on anyone else, pushing your faith on anyone else, pushing anything on anyone else, even help.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't want that. Because each and every single one of us are supposed to ask only one kind of help, and that's divine. Right?
Okay.
That's all we're supposed to, be focused on is divine help.
Okay. I like that.
And you already do that. So you don't really need as much help.
Okay.
In that aspect.
I need to change my attitude.
Totally. And, I know it sounds egotistical, but it's really not. It's just a way of thinking, and it's not the time, it's not the environment, it's the way of things. It's the way it's supposed to be. Trust me on this. The most successful people in the world, if they came out and said, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be good at this or not, but here goes, well, they're not going to get the same impact as, hey, look at me, I rule. It's just that simple.
Okay.
But, you go out there weak-minded, not too, promotional about yourself. If you don't have that complete and total 100% faith in what you're doing and what you're believing and what you're saying and the whole bit, well, then no one else is going to fall into that.
Right.
No one else is going to, listen. No one else is going to want to.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
I'm a very humble person.
And that's great.
But I hear what you're saying.
And as obnoxious as I can be on the air sometimes, I consider myself one too.
Right.
even if I am the, Nostradamus of the millennium or the, whatever they want to give, the rock and roll psychic or the psychic of metal or, what all these other names people are giving me, which are great names, very cool names, and I appreciate it. Don't think I don't. But, wow,
Okay, so I got to find my names here.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, I mean, for example, if I was to come on the air, this show's been on for 7 years, but when I first started this show, if I was to come on the air and say, okay, guys, we're going to try and do some, psychic readings. I don't know. Maybe you can call in. I'll try and read you. Don't know how accurate it'll be. Maybe you can tell me. I don't know.
Oh, my God, that is so me.
What good is that going to do? How many calls do you think I'd have gotten? I'd still be waiting. After 7 years,
You'd have to call yourself.
I would have to record calling myself and then play it back later. Exactly.
Okay.
And how boring would that be? I'm in radio. I talk to myself constantly. But none of it's very interesting. That probably is. I don't know. But, coming back, this is what you got to do. It's all about promotion. So you got to get out there. You got to push yourself. And this is what I see for you, Don, more than anything else. This is your only problem that you need to fix right now. Is just, and I mean, I'm not saying bear false witness to yourself, okay? But, I mean, even if you have to just
pump it up a bit,
look in the mirror and convince yourself, each day for a little while, whatever it takes. Okay. It's all it's going to take. Really.
Okay.
You do this, and you'll be glad you did.
All right, let's take.
You're awesome. You got to believe that. And you do, right?
Yes, pretty much.
So who's awesome?
Me.
Right on. Okay, see? Good stuff. Now you got to look in the mirror and tell yourself that every day. And I'm telling you, it's going to make a difference for you. Now, I want you to give me a call back in a couple weeks just to let me know how that's working. Because I'm telling you, in just a couple weeks, you'll see enough results on this to go, All right?
Okay, Doc.
All right, right on. Hey, thank you so much for calling the show, Lisa. It's always a pleasure to hear from out Barrington Beach. And, of course, God bless you and your entire family.
Take care.
Right on. Bye-bye. Okay, folks. Well, I want to remind all of you that this is the world's free call-in live psychic talk show. And, of course, I'm your host, The Mystic. You guys can give us a call for absolutely free psychic advice each and every Tuesday night here on WNJC by simply calling me at 856-227-1360 and 856-232-7077. I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to go ahead and introduce you to some of our wonderful sponsors. But by all means, keep calling in, and those of you that are already on hold, hold on. Those of you that are still trying, keep trying. And we'll be back in just a minute, okay?
Does your spirit need a vacation as bad as you do? Look no further. Coming December of 2007, the Mystic Psychic Cruise Spectacular. 7 days and nights on one of the world's largest cruise ships. As we travel the Caribbean and check out the islands of the Bahamas, you'll join us for 3 exclusive seminars by the Mystic as you enjoy everything the ship has to offer. Dinners, parties, even an exclusive cocktail party for the Mystic's special guests. If you snorkel, you can be the Mystic's guest as he performs a never-attempted underwater psychic reading on stones said to be built by Atlantis. A not-to-miss event. Meet fellow spiritualists from all over the world. Perfect for singles or couples. Check the website for details or call Cruise Events at 1-800-695-5253. Book now. Cabins are going very fast. That number again is 1-800-695-5253. Ask for Susan, and we'll see you in the Bahamas.
He last left our hero high in the Himalayas, seeking truth from the wise wizard who lives there.
God, I hope this guy's home. Hello, anyone there?
I am the wizard who holds the answer to which you seek. Behold, I give you the sword of destiny.
Yes, it's very nice, but that's not why I'm here.
Ah, you seek the Holy Grail, of course. Now, where did I put that
No, that's not why I'm here either. I'm just looking to find a deal on computers.
Well, that's easy. Quartz Computers at 856-656-0443 are here for all your PC needs. Upgrades, repairs, all done on site. Even most warranties are honored. Check out their website at www.quartzcomputers.com or call them at 856-656-0443.
Quartz Computers, thanks a lot. Now, how do I get out of
I
here?
wish I knew.
That's quartzcomputers.com at 856-656-0443. Just look for the wizard in the ad. Greetings to you. I am the Mystic. Thanks for tuning into my show each week, but it's only an hour show, and I know many of you miss out on the chance for your reading with me. So, I am available for private sessions, as well as parties, seminars, and benefits, of course. Give me a call at 856-803-4463, and I will assist you in all matters of love, life, health, success, and destiny. As an ordained minister of 9 years, I can also perform blessings and house clearings for the most memorable custom wedding created especially for you. Call 856-803-4463, and you can also reach me through my website at www.themysticsrealm.com. Feel the awesome power of a true psychic reading. To be knowledgeable about what is to come in your life is to be better prepared for it, and I will show you how to achieve better living through the spirit. That number again is 856-803-4463, and I look forward to reading you.
And we are back here on the Mystic Hour at WNJC 1360 AM, Washington Township, Philadelphia. Folks, the fastest growing station in the Delaware Valley. This is it. Gotta love it. Okay, so we are broadcasting once again through WNJC, the MysticsRealm.com studios here. We are actually filming live in the studio tonight, and of course that'll be on my website, themysticsrealm.com, as is this broadcast, so pretty cool. Okay, so we do have some callers on the line. Let's go ahead and take one of those callers now. Caller, you are live. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you tonight?
I am fantastic. Well, thank you so much. Your name?
It's Nancy from Pittman.
Hey, Nancy from Pittman. It is great to hear from you, my dear.
You as well.
So, wow, where do we begin?
Well, I'm thinking we've had a lot of drama in my house the past couple of weeks. So I'm thinking a general reading first.
Okay. Wow. Because, yeah, there is a lot going on there.
Is it over?
Stand by. See, I don't think it is. This is all, wow, okay. Let me start with your present position first. You got a lot going on, my dear. Dealing with your present position here, what I'm seeing is another confrontation coming up here, most likely tomorrow, day after. This is with younger female. Is this whole thing family related here? What am I seeing?
Yeah. Accusations were made, and we're not exactly sure who they were made by.
Okay.
Regarding my granddaughter.
Oh. All right.
And we're relatively certain that it was her father's girlfriend.
That sounds accurate, because what I'm seeing here, it's definitely a female. It's without question that's pushing whatever issue is being pushed. And I think no, I don't think this is over at all. I think you're going to get something either tomorrow or the next day on it.
The same accusation? Or same format?
Well, actually, I think the attempt is going to be made, but I don't think you're going to be there, to be honest. But
not me, but my daughter will be, right?
Right.
Okay.
And, yeah, it's happening.
Okay.
Now, let me ask you something with this. I mean, why why is this jealousy there if everybody's supposed to be happy? You know what I mean? Like, she's got this relationship supposedly on lockdown, blah, blah, blah. What's
Getting married next week.
And because what? Because she's
Well,
the
the
one
father
not.
has the father has nothing to do with my granddaughter.
Okay. So what's the beef then?
They're supposedly getting married next week, and he never sees her. He doesn't pay his child support. The girlfriend is just hell-bent that she wants this baby in addition to the one they have together.
Right. See, this... I don't know. I'm sensing something here. Stand by, okay?
Okay.
See, I'm sensing there's a little more to this story than I think anyone's getting. Stand by a second.
All right.
I don't think this boyfriend's all that innocent here.
No.
I really don't.
Troublemaker.
More than that, he seems to be bringing up the past a lot.
Okay.
And this is not going to be good. And it seems like this past is being used to manipulate the future too, and that's not good either. I feel that this guy's actually kind of playing both of these two here. I really sense that, regardless of the marriage situation, there's some really weird stuff going on with those three.
Mm-hmm.
And I still sense it mentally still going on.
Right.
I'd be really careful. I would keep everybody away from everybody if I were you.
Well, we've been trying. It's been
Yeah.
gets quiet, and we can time it by the moon. And that sounds, I'm sure you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She flares up on the moon. The other one.
Right. Goodness gracious. Well, unfortunately, I don't see an easy answer here, Nance. I gotta tell you that.
You don't see a what? I'm sorry?
I don't see an easy answer. I see a real hard one, though.
Is my granddaughter going to be okay in it?
Physically, yeah, definitely. But I do feel that if something isn't done a little more diplomatically on everyone's side here, including yours, unfortunately, that baby could be missing out on a lot of love in that family.
You mean from the father?
Yeah. Because there's
But how do we
weird
do that
gameplay
when he
going
won't
on.
make any efforts to see her? Because he has open visitation.
Right. But I think that's all a lot of it has to do with, like I said, the diplomacy of it all, more than anything else.
Okay.
So, you know, if
You see a court
first,
battle
I think
coming?
your first suggestion is to get everybody, you know, as far away from each other as possible.
Okay. I agree.
And one at a time, sit them down and explain the situation as it is. You know, it's this big ugly bout, like I even hate to say the name because it's all over the media, but that dead chickie and her baby, we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, all the drama surrounding that needs to be avoided.
Right.
You know, and that's really what it's all about here. But wow, there's a lot of weird players in that little cast of yours. I gotta tell you that.
Yeah, I'm experiencing it.
Yeah.
And I know
nobody's
every one of them
innocent here.
involved.
You know, nobody's innocent here but you, and that's only because you're trying to stay out of it.
Right, but I'm worried. about it.
Well, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I would.
Now, my daughter and granddaughter are supposed to be going away on vacation. Is that going to get disrupted?
I still see that going on.
Okay.
I do. I don't know how good idea that is, but I do see it happening.
Okay.
Regardless. But I don't, and I mean, I honestly don't sense either way whether it's a good or a bad thing. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, I don't know. I'm the honest psychic. If I don't see it, I'll tell you I don't see it.
Right.
But I don't see any influence one way or the other with that trip.
Okay.
You know, so it's neither good or bad, hopefully. But, you know, coming back to you, you know, I understand your position because, you know, you're just doing your thing anyways, and this is all being thrown into your lap. But unfortunately, you're the only one level-headed enough to actually be able to deal with this at a level that might actually work.
Okay.
And that's kind of crappy, you know, responsibility.
Yeah.
But I think that ball is in your court here now, dear, and you know that's something you're going to have to accept, I'm afraid.
Right, because when this first started, I did say I represent the baby
There you go. See?
in her best interest, and that's
So
it.
you're not Texas, you're not California, you're the guy representing the baby. See? That's awesome.
Yep.
And that's awesome. And that's the way it should be. And that's the way it should be for all these people. Unfortunately, you know, they're henpecking right now, and it's stupid. But unfortunately, like I said, none of them are level-headed enough to actually realize what's happening here. They're all just trying to get their digs in, blah, blah, blah. And nobody has time for that right now. There's a baby.
Yeah.
You
She's
know?
a sweet little one, too.
There you go. They
There
usually
you
are.
go. So what can you tell me good for me?
Well, with you, you know, honestly, I mean, you know, you have always continued to have progression. Every time I speak to you, you know, you're always doing something and you're always progressing. But with this, I mean, your best bet is to stay out of it as much as you can, but you can't.
No.
And that's, you know, honestly, for the next couple of months, dear, you're going to have your hands full with it. I just know it.
Okay.
I know it. I know it. So you have to, you know, go from there. You have to accept that. You have to, you know, jump in with your boots on.
Okay.
And this is what you're going to be doing over the next couple of months. But I think you're going to be doing it well, though. Like I said, I honestly feel that you will make a difference. If you don't do anything, you know, it could be a mess for everybody, especially the baby.
Right. We don't want that.
So make it happen, Nancy from Pittman.
Okay.
You're on.
How about as far as me personally, away from the drama?
Well, I that's all I see is the drama right now. That's your whole focus right now. You know, aside from, you know, the progressions that you have with business and things like that, but, you know, that's not your focus right now. It's really not. And, I mean, again, I can't blame you for that. I got to commend you for it more than anything, you know.
Okay.
Really. But, you know, health issues haven't changed. You're still doing very well with that. That's progressing. Also, there's a newness that I'm seeing with you. Stand by here. Is this? Stand by.
Okay.
I'm seeing something different with you now.
Okay.
I don't know if this is a change in hairstyle or haircut or what's going on with this, but it's definitely going to work for you.
Okay.
Also, I'm seeing not a change as far as your finances are concerned, but I think once you get this other mess taken care of, I definitely see, you know, some really strong progression here. But you've always been getting that, you know what I mean? You're one of those back on the horse type people. You always have been, and that's just the way you are.
Right. No choice.
Yeah.
As you
Yep.
just said to the previous caller, God help
Yep.
those who help themselves.
Amen to that. You know,
Yeah.
and
You've
you are
been
one of
in my
those
back.
people that do, but, you know, you manage to make a lot of time for others too, which is wonderful. You know, it is wonderful. But, you know, wow. I mean, ask for an inch and they get a mile, you know?
Oh, yes.
That's the way it works. But, hey,
Right.
you know, that's what it's really all about anyways, you know, and a lot of truth. But, you know, coming back to you, you know, honestly, I think this is going to be a great year for you. I really do, Nance. You know, aside from this stuff, you know, going on with the kids and everything, I know that's a mess, and I know that's really, really true to your heart. But, honestly, I feel this has been put in your lap for a reason. Take advantage of that.
Okay.
Because honestly, you're the only clear-headed one in that whole bunch. And that includes, like, you know, the other side. Yeah, so, you know, I think this was put in your lap for a reason. And again, I know that's crappy responsibility, but, you know, that's what you're here for.
Okay.
All right. But ride out with that, and, you know, let me know how this goes on, because, you know, I honestly feel that you're going to, I don't think you're going to have the confrontation, but I think your daughter's probably going to have that confrontation within the next day or two. Try to avoid that at all costs. You might want to let her know the same, you know, just to stay away from it, you know, at least for the moment.
Do you see a name of the person that's going to confront her?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't, but it is female, no question.
And young.
Yeah.
And she should not respond to her at all.
Yeah, just, you know,
Avoid her altogether.
whatever, blow it off. You know, even if she does say anything or gets the opportunity to say something, blow it off.
Okay.
It's just jealousy. It really is. It's jealousy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it could be jealousy from freedom. It could be jealousy of, you know, a million and one different things. And I honestly don't sense anything in particular. It's just ugliness. It's just, you know, it's just terrible, especially amongst families. So, what do you do?
Right.
You know, what do you do? All you can do is what you can. And I honestly think you're going to do that. So, you know, make sure you do.
Okay.
All right. Nancy, thank you so much for calling the show. It's always great to hear from you. And give us a call back next week and let us know how it goes over there, okay?
Okay,
If
thank
you can,
you.
that'd be awesome. Thank you.
All right.
God bless. Bye-bye now. Okay, folks. Well, we've got about 10 minutes left in the show here, so we can go ahead and take another call, I suppose, if we still have... Patient caller, you are live. Good evening.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Your name?
My name is Tammy.
Hi, Tammy. And where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Carney Point, New Jersey.
Ah, lovely. And how can I help you this fine evening?
Well, actually, I'd like to tell you that my daughter met you at Cousins.
Yeah.
And she kind of turned me on to you. She was doing a party there that night.
Yeah.
And she spoke with you. But I wanted to know if there's anything you could tell me, maybe about my career, any kind of changes coming up, any, I just don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, but I know it's not what I'm doing.
Okay. Well, I must tell you that in just a few minutes, right towards the end of the show, I'm going to be answering the ultimate question. People have been writing me for the past couple of weeks, especially with the same question about how to achieve destiny. And I'm going to reveal a bit of information that will help all of you, so you make sure you stay tuned for those last few minutes of the show.
Okay.
But what I see for you specifically, my dear, this is dealing first off with your present position. And no, I don't think you're doing the right thing right now. I think what you're doing is you're just going through the motions and just trying to make it. And that's great. For somebody that didn't have a destiny. And you do. All right. And the way we know this is the fact that you care about what your future is. You care about what the future holds. You know, there's so many people out there in this world that they don't care what's going on in their life or don't care what they're going to, you know, do with the rest of their life. They just don't care and completely content with the way things are. And these are the people without destiny. These are the people without a certain job to do here, okay? But the way to achieve that, and this is something that you're actually experiencing now, you're actually looking at the abilities that you do have. And I don't mean, you know, magic powers or anything crazy. I'm talking about the physical abilities that you have. For example, you know, you do have a really strong business sense. There's no question there. But on top of that, you also have a gift of, boy, how can I put this on the air? You have the ability to, and I mean physically touch them. When I say touch them, it's a physical thing, but to make them feel better at that touch. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
I think that I do well in, for some reason, sometimes when I speak to people, I hit on things that I don't even realize that are helpful, and sometimes I don't even know where it comes from. Like, it just, you know, comes out of my mouth, and
sure.
I say, wow, that sounded really good. I don't know about, you know, touching people, you know, physically with my hands or, you know.
It's true. Try it sometime. I do. I see a really strong bond with that. And as far as that other stuff, you know, like I said, you know, right now you're trying to figure out exactly what your destiny is. And unfortunately, the only way to do it is through trial and error. So the fact that you're not thinking about what's coming out of your mouth, you're just allowing it to kind of happen. This is a beautiful thing, actually. This is truly one of the first steps in becoming more destiny-like, I guess would be a good way to put it. Because, you know, the more you listen to your instinct, the more you listen to that intuition, the more accurate you're going to be, the more right you're going to be. And this is why when you don't think about what you're saying and it just kind of blurts out, it's usually really, really good advice. Because it's coming straight from the soul. It's not coming from your heart. It's not coming from your brain. It's not coming from your gut. It's coming straight from the soul. And that soul, as we all know, is eternal. So, you know, it being around for so long, it knows what it's doing. It knows what it's talking about.
I think I just get frustrated because when I do talk to people and I have a feeling, and, you know, whether they're complaining or just, you know, somehow I just come out with it. But then I see that they don't take the advice sometimes, and, you know, that kind of is disappointing, but then...
And see, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be disappointing. Because, frankly, so what? If they don't want to take the advice that you're giving them, so what? So what? You know, it's just like this show here. I don't demand people do what I tell them every week. I don't, you know, it's entirely up to them. I have this show, you know, I'm not charging $4.99 a minute, which I could, and I've been asked to by several networks to do just that, and I refuse to do it. I feel that, you know, I can do this for free as God intended, and that's what I'm here to do, and that's why I do it. But at the same time, I can only lead you to water. I can't make you drink. Right. I can't force you to take the advice that I give you. No one can. No one can. So you can take my advice or you can throw it through the window, but honestly, you are becoming right now. You're going through what's called the Great Awakening. And the more you ride on this, the better off you're going to be. But the more you think about this, the worse off you're going to be. Right. Because you're going to start reinterpreting everything that's going on instead of just accepting it and moving forward like you should. Mm-hmm. Okay? So this is where you're at, and this is where you're going. And this will work for you, though. This will work for you. But I'm telling you, and remember I told you this, okay? There's going to be a physical aspect that is going to be a big part of your life, and this will work for you.
Do you see a change coming soon, in the near future, or is it, you know, years away?
The change that I'm seeing, again, is already occurring. And, again, it's called the Great Awakening. This change It's going to be every aspect of your life. But the quicker you accept it, like, the more it's going to help your finances, number one. Okay? Because you're kind of giving yourself to God anyways and just, you know, putting all the faith in the world in Him, and that's what you're supposed to do. You know, this is where you're at right now. But, you know, the finances aren't really going to be taking off until the middle of this year. And the only reason for that is because you've been kind of busy doing something else. And I actually sense that it's more like burying your past, which is something that you should do now, because I feel that you've learned enough from the experience to move forward now. You understand? And this is exactly what you've done. And I think you're doing it well, my dear.
Thank you. I feel like I'm out of it. I was in a funk for a long time.
Well, because you allowed yourself to be, and that's a no-no.
Yeah. Well, and then
you've allowed yourself.
I'm really concerned with my son because he has a tendency to have the same kind of emotional attachments that I have, and I'm wondering if you see any
90% of the people on the planet are in the same emotional crises. Okay? Because 90% of the people on this planet listen to their emotions instead of listening to what their instincts are telling them. This is where you're becoming different. You're slowly making the transition from being an emotional being to being a more instinctive, intuitive, spiritual being. And trust me, it's a great place to be.
Yeah.
All right? Now, I want you to remember this, my dear. And I want you to stay tuned, because as soon as I let you go here, I'm going to reveal the secret of life as I see it. So, you know, stick around for that. But, hey, I want to thank you so much for calling the show. And, again, it was also great reading your daughter as well. And, you know, again, give us a call sometime. Maybe we can do another gig together. Who knows?
Okay, great.
That would be great. Hey, God bless you and your entire family.
Thank you.
Take care. Okay, folks. Well, this is it. You guys have asked. You guys have written in. How do I achieve my destiny? How do I achieve psychic ability? How do I achieve, you know, my calling in life? How do I achieve the job that I was put on this earth to do? Well, the answer, my brothers, is actually a lot simpler than you think. Okay? When it comes to following your instincts, your intuition, if you already have psychic ability and you want to bring it out, the best way to do that is to have a better and closer relationship with God, because that's where it all comes from anyway. So the more closer you are with Him, the more you'll be able to hear what your spirit is telling you. All right? Same with jobs. Same with career. The closer you get to God, the quicker you'll see your path. The clearer that path will be, the less clouded it will be. So, you know, again, relationship with God. And that includes destiny, that includes relationships, that includes money, fame, fortune, whatever you want. All you got to do is have a close relationship with God, and you can get it, folks. Trust me on that. I'm a prime example. I've got everything I could possibly want in this world. Life is good. But I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in. That's the secret to life, folks. I'm telling you. It's just that simple. So I want to thank WNJC. I want to thank the lovely Karen. And, of course, I want to thank the good Lord above for making all things possible. He is the man. I want to remind all of you that I will be at Dempster's Thursday. So come on out and see us at 7 to 10. Get some off the menu. Free psychic readings with me. And check out my website at themysticsrealm.com. We will see you all next week. Bye-bye.
You're listening to WNJC 1360 AM, Washington Township, Philadelphia. And